Recording, right? So in this example, we have a definition of a class named house. It has some data attributes. Those data attributes really shape the class when it gets instantiated. This is how it's going to look like in memory. In memory, this particular house, object will have an integer followed by a string. A string, by the way, is another object, which will also be automatically instantiated for us. Not automatically instantiated, but at some point it will be instantiated. And so this is just a reference to another object. But those two things still do shape the exact form, the exact size of the house object in memory. It's very important. Interestingly, the methods, which are all these right here, right? So if I highlight the methods, all of my methods, so far four of them in this particular class, they do not occupy an instance memory. All the methods are compiled in a separate memory, and all instances of object will share the same methods. So the methods do not contribute to the size of an object. Kind of interesting thing. Maybe it's a little bit oversimplified, but in generally, creating new methods does not, or adding more methods to our class does not contribute to the growth of its size. However, if I wanted to add another variable, value, right? Actually double, maybe, floating point type double, like market value, something like that. Market value, right? If I added this field to the set of attributes, clearly the size of this box, and this box, which are actual instances in memory, will be expanded by the size of this brand new variable, right? Okay. So I know how much the syntax could be intimidating, because all of a sudden, the simplest idea of having a house, suddenly you have to write so much code. Like, so far I have four methods, and perhaps once I add even a new useful data piece to my class, perhaps I need to create another set of a getter and setter, which will be set market value and get market value. Or somehow perhaps I could have another method in my class which would say compute market value, right? So it could retrieve like some sort of a parameter and multiply square feet by and would also be useful to specify what year was constructed and what kind of structure it's using, frame construction, brick construction, you name it, and so forth. So those concepts kind of naturally grow. But the good thing is that you don't have to describe everything to make it usable already. As you can see, I started with more or less small version of my class, and I was already able to kind of test some of the methods, instantiation by using new of objects of this particular class. So this just some basic look and feel of what classes look like. And right here in our presentation, we also have an example of a person class, right? So I guess after the break we can add this other class to our project and see if we can essentially try to use both in our little demonstration.